Hello, everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss the basics of literature review and starting with the research topic. The literature review is one fundamental part of your overall research paper, whether you're working on a thesis or a dissertation, because the literature review is that section of your paper where you are supposed to read about all the previous researches that have investigated a topic very similar to yours, and you are to report on their findings. Now, again, why do we do this as researchers? Is because we would like to take insights from the previous researchers and using our research build on those, and that way, we ensure that there is growth and continuity of knowledge. Now, before you begin your literature review, you need a clearly defined research topic first. Of course, the research topic is the focal point of your study. It is what your study is going to talk about. It is not just about what you find interesting. In addition to it being interesting, your research topic must also be feasible, original, and significant. So it must be something that you can actually carry out given your resources, including not just money, but also your time. And in addition to that, your ability as well, whether you're a starting researcher or you're a researcher who is more comfortable working with quantitative papers as opposed to qualitative papers, right? So, but most importantly, you need to remember that in addition to it being interesting, your research topic has to be feasible, it has to be original or novel, something that contributes novelty to the field or to the body of knowledge on that particular topic. And lastly, it has to be significant. The topic guides every part of your research or every aspect of your research, from the literature you review naturally to the questions you ask and the methods you are going to use. So, when choosing a research topic, it's important to ensure that it meets the criteria of both practicality and significance. According to Purdue OWL, or the Online Writing Lab, a strong topic should be narrow enough to be manageable, but also broad enough to provide sufficient information for a well written, robust study. So you don't want to have a research topic that is too broad and it's almost overwhelming for you as a researcher. It's too big of a research project for you to carry on. That could be one implication of having a too broad. Another implication would be the lack of clarity as to which angle, which niche, or which variables exactly do you want to focus on in that particular research topic, right? You don't want to have it that kind of broad, but you also don't want to have it too narrow that really it does not have any value to a larger population of people, or a very very small niche, a very small niche in the field, a very small number of people would actually take interest in your paper. So you want to strike this balance between it being just the right amount of broad and also the right amount of specific or narrow. It's also important to consider the can and the should framework for your research topic. So when you say can, when you're thinking about can, you're evaluating if your research topic is something that is feasible, as in, can you do this? Can you carry out a research on this topic? Is it feasible? Do you, as a researcher, have access to the necessary data, the respondents, or the resources? That's one very crucial question that you must ask yourself, because you don't want to discover that you're actually unable to carry out this research project after you have conducted the literature review and you're almost halfway through your proposal. You don't want to be in that kind of situation. That would waste a lot of time on your part as a researcher. The next question that you should ask is, Is this research topic worth researching? So, does it contribute new knowledge or address an important issue? So, again, two things that you need to ask yourself about your research topic to know if it's a good research topic. Number one, if it's feasible, if it's something that you can actually research. And two, should you research it? Will it be worthy? Will it contribute something? No. Now let's move on to developing a draft title. Now that you have a research topic in mind, right? And I presume that once you've chosen a research topic, it means that you have at least conducted some amount of reading in order for you to zero in on that particular topic. The next step would be for you to possibly draft a working title or develop a draft title. Something that is just, it's an initial title that you can change along the way. But the idea here is you would want a title to basically capture the research that you're working on, the topic that you're working on, the variables that you're working on, probably even the locale, or possibly if this is a case study, then you may want to mention that it is in the title. So the draft title is an essential step. It's an early step that helps frame your research. It gives you your study an identity and a direction. A draft title should be specific enough to convey the focus of your research while still allowing for flexibility. So it must give immediately to the readers or to you, since you are the one who is, who'll be working on the research, and this is for your own consumption, the draft title. It should be able to give you idea or information on what are these specific variables, perhaps, or the specific area that you will be focusing on. But you wouldn't also want to make it too specific or too rigid that it does not allow for any flexibility or any changes in the future. So, according to the University of Southern California's research guides, a good research title does four things. Number one, it summarizes the main topic or objective of the study. Okay. And how will you know that this is your main topic or your objective? Typically, your main topic is the main variable of interest. It is your dependent, it is your outcome variable. This is what you would like to focus and study in your paper. And so it must also necessarily reflect in your draft title, because then it would give an immediate idea on what it is exactly that you would like to explore. The next thing a good research title does is that it uses concise and descriptive terms. Okay, concise and descriptive terms, something that is clear and it does not provide room for ambiguity. You wouldn't want to do that. Next, it avoids unnecessary jargon or overly complex language. Okay, and it is also no longer than 12 words. So, again, a good research title summarizes the main topic, it uses concise words, it avoids any jargon, and it is also not very long. It should not be longer than 12 words typically. So, for example, if you're exploring the role of leadership in team creativity, a draft title, which, by the way, another way to say a draft title is a working title. So, a working title, like quote unquote, leadership styles and their impact on team creativity in startups, gives already the leaders and the researchers an immediate understanding of your focus or what you would like to study. Okay. So your title will likely evolve as you refine your understanding of the literature and develop your theoretical framework. So you're not supposed to always stick with the draft title. If along the way you read more literature and you decide to tweak your focus or your research direction a little bit, you can reflect that in the title. Now, to ensure that your topic is significant, which is again one of the criteria in choosing your topic must address an issue that is both relevant and original. Okay, relevant meaning it is of importance to other researchers, it is of importance to other practitioners, it is of importance to other stakeholders in that field. And it is also original, it is novel. It cannot be a replica of an existing research. You would want to give it a little bit of twist, at least, to be able to produce something that is new, some new insights, some new findings that possibly other researchers or other students or other practitioners in that field would find valuable to their practice. So, coming up with a significant topic is not only about filling a gap in the literature, but it's also about ensuring that your research has practical implications. Okay, that is so important. It's important to have practical implications. We don't just seek knowledge for the purpose of seeking knowledge. We would want to focus or research on a particular topic that has a direct implication to management, for example, to companies, to solving their problems and other business practitioners. According to Harvard Writing Center, a significant research topic should address a gap in the existing literature. And specifically, we're talking here about the research gap. It offers new insights or approaches to a problem, new way of looking at the problem, new findings, and it should also be timely and relevant to current issues in the field. So it has to be something that people are concerned about contemporarily, concerned about today. So, for example, if existing research on leadership in organizations focus primarily on, let's say, large companies, and you want to examine leadership in startups or small businesses, so your in that case, your research is can be considered as novel because it is offering new insights that could be beneficial for both academia and the industry.